While staying with sport, we return to Arthur Bwanakawa, who is at Sun City Resort. Preparations are underway as the Gary Player Golf Course is set to be reopened tomorrow. But this year, sadly, there will be no Nedbank Golf Challenge after it was cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Arthur, hello once again. You said you couldn't wait for the sunrise, and it looks like the sun is out. How are things looking?
Hi, good morning, Nandi. The sun is definitely out. I love the Northwestern Province heat. It's definitely the right place to be, and we're looking forward to the Nedbank Golf Club opening, the official tomorrow, because the resort is up and running at the beginning of this month. We definitely got the ball rolling. But someone who I think is cool enough to speak about this whole place, I mean, his colleagues call him the principal of the resort. So I'd like to welcome gladly the Sun City Resorts GM, Brett Poppy. Welcome, Brett.
Morning, Arthur. Morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. I mean, you rocked up here cycling and, you know, you're ready for this day. I mean, what is so iconic about the 9th hole where we're having this interview?
Well, I think the first part of it is it's quite an interesting story behind the 9th, because the 9th hole was originally intended to be the finishing hole of Gary Player, and then it was rotated. So it's a par 5, which is quite unusual.
Yes.
And then it's a risk-reward hole, you know, so if you're coming down the stretch and you need to go for it and make up some shots, you can take the risk. You know, if you're well ahead and you want to be safe, then, you know, you're going to lay up and come in for 3 and take an easy par, hopefully, well, for the pros. And I think it's an island green surrounded by water. So really, really beautiful and an iconic hole of the Gary Player. In fact, probably the signature hole of the golf course. You know,
the human beings are going into social distancing, but then the leopards and hyenas jump out of nowhere. How was that experience for yourself and the team?
It's been amazing during lockdown, just to see how nature's almost reclaimed its own. You know, we've had hyenas walking around, the buck have come right back up and really, really tame, you know, so you can sit in the golf cart a metre away from a bushbuck, which is normally very, very skittish, and it just happily continues eating. So really exciting, beautiful. We're so excited to bring the course back into play. You know, we've done a phased opening now. So we started off with the hotels. Our Sun Central wasn't open. It's now open, and we opened the Lost City Golf Course. And tomorrow is the first round on the Gary Player. So we normally have a massive media event around the last round. So we decided, well, let's flip that out and let's change it to the first round. So we've got some of our really significant customers coming in tomorrow. And, you know, the course has recovered really beautifully from its spring treatment. Kenny and the greenkeeping team have worked exceptionally hard to get it back. We're desperate for a little bit of rain, you know, because it's a strange thing. You can irrigate until you're blue in the face, but there's nothing like fresh water. You know, as soon as that rain pops down, it's amazing. But as you can see, it's called Sun City for a reason.
Yes, yes, Brett. I mean, you've got such an incredible team over here. What has been your proudest moment ever since you've opened again for business? Because what a year 2020 has been.
Oh, it's just been, I don't know, you know, and it's been bittersweet. I think, you know, the most exciting moment for us was to get the staff back to work, you know, from a hospitality point of view. Obviously, you know, the tourism industry has been decimated by COVID, you know, so we've feared for our people. It's amazing to see our staff back at work. And as we go through the phased opening, just to open more and more facilities, enabling more people to get back to work, more people to earn again. So I think for me, you know, in my heart, you know, especially when we closed, 165 days we were closed for. Sun City Resorts never been closed. 24/7, 365 for 40 years. You know, so when we shut it off, it was astounding. And to bring it back has been very interesting. It was actually quite easy to shut it off. Bringing it back was tougher than we thought. We bumped our heads on a few things. But it's also been very interesting to see how the domestic market has responded. You know, we've had significant occupancies over the last 2 weekends. And if one bear in mind that 30% of our occupancy normally comes from international, and we've been near full, I mean, it's been fascinating. And really, you know, we're grateful to the local leisure market for responding to the call to support the South African tourism industry. You know, it's not only about us. I think, you know, the broader tourism industry has suffered a massive impact through COVID. And, you know, we just want to get it back to work and get the tourism industry back and functional in order to secure those jobs.
Oh, thank you very much, Brett. And of course, we can't wait for tomorrow. I hope it's going to be more than what we've expected. That is Sun City Resorts GM Brett Hoppe, who is an incredible person, so much fun, so much energy. You'll hear a lot about him throughout the course of this weekend. And my goodness, man, the sun is so hot. I think I need to jump into the Valley of the Waves because this reminds me of the Congolese heat back in the DRC. But Nandi, I'm sure you're also very much surprised and so happy that you've got a new coach at Kaizer Chiefs.
All right, Kai, I'm not going to comment on your Kaizer Chiefs statement, but we'll rather just tell you that I can see the sun is shining because your beard is actually glistening out there. But stay away from the animals, Arthur. Enjoy Sun City. We will be catching up with you a little bit later on in the day.